Right now at 6, a church bus overturns after blowing multiple tires, leaving several people injured.
And we've got some scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder possible through our Labor Day. We'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
Plus, Kansas City, Kansas holds a candlelight vigil to honor a fallen police officer.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News at 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It's Monday, September the 1st. It is Labor Day. Some of us laboring, some of you not. Kids not laboring in school today.
No.
And we do have some rain chances out there, unfortunately, for our Labor Day. You know, Friday it didn't look like it'd be too bad, but unfortunately got a few more rain chances than what we were expecting. Let's start with a live look outside downtown Pittsburgh, where, again, things have been off and on with the showers. I mean, it's, again, the nature of scattered showers and storms. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin beginning to dry out a bit. You can still see some of the shiny spots out there from the rain, and we'll see more rain. In fact, around the Joplin area, we got it off to your south and west. Chanute back down toward Parsons, Oswego, then stretching just west of Independence, back into Chautauqua County, north of Sedan. We've got scattered showers, and they do go back into northeastern Oklahoma, around Miami. We've been dealing with some rain this morning, around Cassville, south of Monette, into eastern Jasper and Newton counties, and now it's starting to build into western Newton County as well. We're seeing new development taking place here and there. Nothing significant expected. No strong storms, no severe storms, nothing like that. In fact, right now, at least from the perspective of cloud to ground lightning, not picking up on anything, but we'll get a few thunderstorms a little later today. So don't be surprised if you hear any rumbles of thunder. And if you are doing anything outdoors for Labor Day, you know, it may stop raining for a while, and that's fine. And, you know, going out in a light shower is not necessarily too bad, but you've got to remember when thunder roars to head indoors, because you don't want to be struck by lightning. It's still dangerous, still deadly. No matter how bad the storm may be overall, you've still got to be cautious. Scattered shower storms will continue through the afternoon and into the evening hours. They'll become a little bit more isolated by late evening, and then we'll see some additional scattered showers and storms as we go overnight tonight. Temperatures this morning, not too bad. We're sitting at 68 in Joplin, sitting at 66 right now in Pittsburgh, and across the area, temperatures holding out for most of us into the mid to upper 60s. In fact, Stockton's been the warmer spot all morning. We're at 71. You've come down to 70, which is, again, kind of a role reversal. Usually Bentonville's a warmer spot and Stockton's one of the cooler spots out there, but it is not the case this morning. All right, temperatures this morning, near 70 by 9. We're going to top out right about the mid-70s. Now, again, some of you, if you get a little more sunshine, a few more breaks in the cloud, you might be a little warmer than that. Others who maybe you don't see nearly as much sunshine, maybe you get a little more rain or just cloud cover, might be a little cooler in the mid-70s, but we're looking to average the mid-70s out there with southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Today's not our only day of thunderstorm chances. In fact, we could see some stronger storms later this week. We'll go over those details with you in the full forecast in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, 8 juveniles were injured in a church school bus crash in Missouri. Authorities say the bus blew front and rear passenger tires, left the roadway and overturned. The bus is registered to Olive T. Baptist Church in Westwood. At least 2 of those hurt have serious injuries. Authorities are investigating the crash. Well, candlelight vigil was held in Kansas City, Kansas to honor fallen police officer Hunter Simoncic. Simoncic was killed last week when a suspect allegedly intentionally struck him as he deployed stop sticks during a chase. The community came together to remember his service and sacrifice. And now, of course, you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. You can watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free, the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. Well, the STS Foundation is a nonprofit that matches host families with exchange students. Since the nonprofit started in 1986, over 1,500 students have been matched in Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Officials from the foundation say a loving host family can impact a foreign high school student's life forever. And a new state law in Kansas requires schools to show a video of fetal growth, but leaves it up to the individual districts to decide how exactly to present the information. Ana Valdez spoke with some school districts about how they're navigating the new requirement.
The new law states that any school district offering a course or instruction that teaches human growth, human development, or human sexuality must include a presentation of a high-quality, computer-generated animation or high-definition ultrasound of at least 3 minutes long, showing fetal development. The Kansas Department of Education has mixed views on the bill. Some support it,
This is basic health, this is basic physiology.
while some board members express concerns there could be an use of artificial intelligence to create this material that could result in misleading or inaccurate content.
Can't fathom why an animation would be allowed, and I question where the line is.
Others also warned that the vagueness of the law could open the door to possible lawsuits.
Districts could find themselves in lawsuits no matter what they do, because somebody's going to say they didn't show it when they should have, and somebody else is going to say you shouldn't have shown it in that case, or you should have done something else along those lines.
Even though the law went into effect on July 1st, school districts in Kansas are still working to implement the required materials in classrooms. Wichita Public Schools said they are creating their own video, while Mulvane Public Schools said they are working with staff to comply with the new law. The law also does not specify which grade levels are appropriate or offer clear policy guidance, leaving many districts in limbo.
So you have now truly left 286 school districts to have to come up with 286 policies, procedures, curriculum, video, and it just opens up a wide variety of interpretation that's going to play out.
Education officials say the full impact of the new law remains unclear, with districts across Kansas left to navigate the requirements on their own. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather coming up on the KOAM Morning News. A federal judge blocks the Trump administration's plan to deport hundreds of migrant children, plus promising results for a new treatment that could help people who struggle to lower their blood pressure. And we're tracking rain chances for today. Chris has a look at your weekly forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Time now 6:07. We'll be right back. Well, topping Nation Watch, more than 70 unaccompanied minors from Guatemala should be back in the custody of the Department of Health and Human Services this morning after a judge's orders stopped deportation planes from taking off yesterday. It's the latest battle in the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Yesterday, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said the administration is looking to surge immigration enforcement in the coming days in multiple U.S. cities, including Chicago. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
The Trump administration's plan to deport hundreds of migrant children to Guatemala was temporarily blocked by a federal judge. The ruling came as dozens of unaccompanied minors were already sitting on planes in Texas, awaiting departure Sunday morning. A Justice Department lawyer says one plane may have taken off, but later returned. The government had argued that the children's parents had requested to be reunified with them. But lawyers for some of the children said that's not the case, and that some of the minors could face abuse, neglect, or persecution if they are returned. Relatives of some of the children had gathered in Guatemala City. This man says his nephew fled the country out of desperation and is hoping to stay in the U.S. to study.
We haven't taken anything off the table.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem told CBS News Face the Nation Sunday that the Trump administration is looking to step up immigration enforcement in cities around the U.S., including Chicago. This as President Trump issued this threat to Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker over the weekend regarding crime in the Windy City. He better straighten it out fast or we're coming. Pritzker on CBS News Face the Nation Sunday.
It's clear that in secret they're planning this, well, it's an invasion with U.S. troops if they in fact do that.
Pritzker has threatened to take legal action if the White House sends federal guard troops to Chicago. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Now, on CBS News yesterday, Governor Pritzker also suggested that President Trump could have other aims for sending the National Guard to U.S. cities instead of fighting crime. Well, a White House spokesperson called those claims absurd. And still to come, Lori Horton is in the studio today showing us her new recipe for sweet and salty peanut butter pie. Plus, rain chances in the 4 states. Chris has a look at your Monday forecast. Good morning. I'm Elise Snowy with your KOAM News update. $1.1 billion is up for grabs in tonight's Powerball drawing. The 5th largest prize in game history draws long lines as players buy multiple tickets. The drawing happens at 10:59 Eastern Time, and for just $2, you could become the next billionaire. And tire failure causes a church school bus to overturn in Missouri, injuring 8 children. The Olive Tree Baptist Church bus left the roadway after blowing front and rear passenger side tires. Investigators are looking into the crash.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms for our Labor Day out there. Mid-70s today, southeast winds 5 to 10. Scattered showers, thunderstorms will continue through the evening and into the overnight hours, with a brief period of them becoming isolated, then briefly going back to a few more of them early tomorrow morning. Then we go back to isolated. Back in the low 60s tonight, calm winds. Here's a look at what we've got. Isolated storms tomorrow, so not as much rain as expected there. We'll go into the upper 70s. Most of our Wednesday dry, looking pretty good, so we go low mid-80s, a little more warmer. But then as we head into the late evening, after about 6-7 o'clock, scattered showers, thunderstorms return. Some of those could be strong to low-grade severe with some gusty winds and large hail. Not bad Thursday, more rain chances Friday and next week.
Welcome back this morning. We have Lori Horton with us, showing us a recipe for a sweet and salty peanut butter pie. Lori, good morning.
Good morning. It is so perfect for kind of a dreary start to the day today, but hopefully it'll get a little bit better this afternoon. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but it's still Monday. I hope a lot of people are home enjoying the day.
Yes.
This is one that you may or may not have most of the ingredients already on hand. But relatively inexpensive to put together. And I do realize most people are not like me. You probably don't have Cool Whip and cream cheese and all those things already sitting around, but pretty simple ingredients. It's kind of a 4-layer dessert. No bake. Everything's easy to put together. So we call it a pie, kind of pie, not a pie. You can do it in a pie tin. I did mine in a smaller aluminum dish, so you're going to get nice thick layers.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You can do it in a larger, like 9x13 pan if you want to do a little bit thinner layers, but it's really your option on that. So we're going to start with our base layer, which is kind of our crust. We're doing crushed pretzels. So there's our salty for our sweet and salty. Just put these in a bag and smash them up. Throw them in the food processor if you want to, but be careful not to make pretzel dust. Don't go too far. You can see mine have got some nice little pieces in there. So this is like 2 1/4, 2.5 cups, give or take, of those pretzel pieces. A little bit of sugar, because again, we want to go sweet and salty in there together. And then this is a 1.5 sticks of melted butter. So we're just going to put all that together and just toss it, kind of, put that together where everything is well coated. We want to make sure that we get that binding of the butter. So you don't have to do a whole lot of work here just yet. It's going to have a little bit of dampness to it from the butter, but that's okay, because we're going to put this in our pan, in our tin, whatever dish we're using, and then we're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 10 or 12 minutes.
Wonderful.
So it's going to set that crunchy base, make it to where you can really put your layers on there without just moving it around, and just give it that little bit of extra stability in the bottom. So when you go to serve this, you're not going to really slice it and lay it out like a pie. You're gonna scoop it. It's a good layer dessert. But my trick on that is, once you put this in your pan, grab that handy, maybe broken measuring cup, which is what this is, and just use that to smash it down. And really nice, even you can see it's probably a little hard to tell on the camera, but you can see it's really nice and flat. So it just makes it easier for that next layer to go on top and kind of stick. So if you don't have one of these that's just a nice kind of sharp edge to it that gets into the corners, look for that, because it's really handy to have on hand. Our next layers are pretty basic ingredients, and we'll whip all of those together when we come back. What I've got over here is some cream cheese that's actually setting out to soften on purpose because we want it to be really nice and creamy.
Right.
You want to use regular cream cheese, not the whipped though.
Okay.
We do need it to have that little bit
that
extra.
Nice little brick of cream cheese.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to start with 2. So this is not a healthy Monday recipe, but it is so good. So we'll put that second and third layer together when we come back. And then as usual, we top with Cool Whip. Makes everything better.
All right, Lori, thanks. Sounds like a plan. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 6:21 on this Labor Day Monday, and we're starting with Skywatch Storm Tracker. Starting to get some heavier rain out there. Still not picking up on any, again, cloud-to-ground lightning, but eventually some thunderstorms will be possible. Up north, considerably more isolated coverage, but we got some showers around Burlington toward Garnett, back northwest of Nevada and Fort Scott along 54, around Iola and northwest of Yates Center. But then you head a little further south, you get into parts of Allen County. You start to see that in Neosho County, southern Allen and Neosho County, we start to get more scattered showers and some heavier rain around the Erie area, around Parsons, or at least just on the east side. West of Oswego, scattered showers around Girard, Pittsburgh, back into Cherokee County. And then we've got this little line of little showers here that's stretching from southwest of Erie back to the north sides of Independence and then north of Sedan. And then as we head a little further south, we still got some scattered showers around Ottawa County, around a lot of Ottawa County, including the Miami area, scattered showers northern Nevada, Washington counties now. A little heavier shower southeast of Veneta. Delaware County's dry, and we get into Barry County, eastern Newton County. We got some scattered showers out there as well. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue to, unfortunately, be the trend for our Labor Day holiday. But we'll continue to see the rain chances. It's not going to be rain everywhere all at the same time, but scattered showers, thunderstorms, I think almost all of us will have the chance of at least some kind of rain today. Heading into the afternoon, scattered shower storms continuing out there. They'll become a little bit more isolated as we go into the late evening and overnight hours, but we still have showers, thunderstorms out there. You can see around the 8th Center. It'll be by about 9 o'clock this evening. We go overnight, and again about midnight, 2 a.m.-ish, we get a few more isolated showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder here and there. And as we head towards sunrise, for a brief period, we could get a few more scattered showers and even a couple of thunderstorms out there, but then we'll go back to isolated showers and storms as we head into the mid-morning hours. So again, that's kind of reduces that. You can see that big swirl. We got a low pressure system that's going to help bring in some of the showers as it pushes off to our east. It'll take the rain chances with it Tuesday. So because we'll see more isolated rain chances on Tuesday, we're going to be a little warmer Tuesday. We'll be a lot warmer on Wednesday. We're looking at mostly clear to partly cloudy skies for most of Wednesday, and we'll be dry for the majority of the day as well. It won't be until late in the evening, let's say after 6, 7 o'clock, we start to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms in here, and some of these could be strong to low-grade severe. It's not something we've had to really worry about the last couple of weeks, but we are tracking that possibility of some stronger storms. So by 7, you can see north of Chanute around Fort Scott, Yates Center. Again, these will be isolated to scattered showers and storms as we get a cold front approaching. You can see that wind shift line, but some of those storms, again, will have the ability to become strong to low-grade severe out there, with gusty winds, large hail being the primary concern. Now, one of the discrepancies here, and this is a great example on this, is you see we've got this line of clouds behind the front, but only a few isolated showers. Well, some data does suggest we could have a line of storms that eventually pushes through behind this front very early Thursday morning, and some data, as you're seeing right here, suggests that's not going to be the case. So it's something we'll keep an eye on. So we do have, again, a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong storms Wednesday. And you can see the light green here, of course, that's just general thunderstorm chances out there. But with that, they are watching the possibility of maybe adding a level 2 out of 5 risk as we head into Wednesday for parts of Kansas. Maybe not in our area, maybe north of us, but we'll keep an eye on it. And again, still going to be gusty winds, large hail being the primary concern there. As we take a look at the morning commute here, for those who may still have to go to work today, or if you're just heading out to have some fun, we're looking at scattered storms near 70 by 8, low 70s. 70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Heading into the afternoon, we're going to average about the mid-70s for highs. Some of us get a little more sunshine peeking through, might be a little warmer. Others maybe a wee bit cooler, but right around the mid-70s. Again, isolated, the scattered showers and storms will continue through the evening and into the overnight hours, back down in the low 60s, maybe some upper 50s with calm winds. Isolated storms, as we mentioned, tomorrow, upper 70s, maybe some low 80s, low mid-80s Wednesday, because again, most of the day we are dry. Not bad for Thursday. A few pop-up storms on Friday. Heating up a bit this weekend, maybe an isolated storm or two Sunday. More rain chances to kick off next week, and temperatures into the upper 70s and low 80s. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, researchers may have solved the mystery of why some women with no risk factors have heart attacks and strokes. A Mass General Brigham study looked into cases of heart attack and stroke among women who don't smoke and don't have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes. They found that inflammation may be linked to these cases, and they say treating the inflammation could lower the risk of heart attack or stroke by 38%. Promising signs for a new treatment to help people who haven't been able to lower their blood pressure. A University College London study found a pill called Baxdrostat helped 4 in 10 patients lower their blood pressure to healthy levels. High blood pressure affects more than 1 billion people globally and raises the risk of heart attack, stroke, and death. Well, every year in this country, 1 out of 10 children is diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. A new Stanford study out finds young kids often get medication for the condition soon after diagnosis. Now, that is contrary to guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Elaine Quijano has been looking into this and has more.
Study led by Stanford Medicine examined the health records of nearly 10,000 children under the age of 5 who were diagnosed with ADHD.
ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is a disorder characterized by difficulty paying attention, or what we call hyperactivity, which is sort of like kids who have a hard time sitting still. They have a lot of energy.
Jamie Howard of the Child Mind Institute specializes in treating anxiety and mood disorders in children. She was not involved in the study.
What do clinical guidelines recommend for treating ADHD in young children?
We like to start out with behavioral interventions. We always want to start with the lowest possible harm.
The Stanford study found nearly 70% of those children who were diagnosed were prescribed medications, most often stimulants, such as Ritalin, which can help children focus their attention and regulate their emotions. And the turn to medication came quickly. About 4 in 10 were prescribed drugs within 30 days of diagnosis.
I think that people have an association with ADHD and stimulant medication, but there's actually a lot more than that. And we want to give kids the opportunity to use these other strategies first. And then if they need medication, it can be incredibly helpful for a lot of kids.
The vast majority of the young children diagnosed with ADHD, 77%, were boys.
If you're a parent and your child has been diagnosed with ADHD, what are the questions you should be asking?
What specifically might my child need in order to thrive, even with this condition?
Elaine Quijano, CBS News.
And let's look at Health Watch. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, we take a look at Uniontown's Old Settlers Picnic event ahead of the upcoming parade.
And scattered showers and thunderstorms for us as we head through our Labor Day. Got to look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, the 60th annual Labor Day Classic takes place over the weekend.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:32. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's Monday, September the 1st, Labor Day here in the 4 states. Yes. And of course, some kids, in fact, all kids, no school today.
Right.
But some of us still have to labor today. In fact, a good number of us have to labor today. And if you are doing so, you are going to want to have an umbrella handy because it is going to be raining through a good portion of our Labor Day for at least some of us. Let's over the live look outside downtown Pittsburgh where skies are cloudy. We've got roads are dry in Pittsburgh right now. nothing really going on there, but we do have more showers and thunderstorm chances on the way. MoDOT camera 28th and range line in Joplin, cloudy skies looking okay otherwise, but take a look. Pittsburgh, you don't have long before you get in on more shower and thunderstorm activity. It's still scattered, but we're seeing more of these little scattered storms beginning, or showers at least, beginning to develop across the region. They will continue to do so roughly along and east of the I-35 corridor, thanks to a little boundary out there. That's eventually going to slide east, but it's what's going to continue to trigger scattered shower and thunderstorm chances for us throughout the day. As you can see on Future Track, and as you saw on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, it's not rain everywhere all at once, but we do have those rain chances out there. So if you're doing anything for Labor Day, if you don't mind a light shower, okay, probably not a big deal, but you've got to remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. If you get caught in one of these thunderstorms, you don't want to be outside, because even if it's just a light rain shower, lightning's still dangerous, still deadly. Want to make sure you're playing it smart there. Otherwise, again, scattered showers, thunderstorms continuing through the afternoon into the evening, becoming much more isolated by late evening, but still isolated shower storms will be sticking with us late evening and overnight tonight as well. Some good news though, at least for today. Tomorrow, no severe weather is expected with any of this activity, which is certainly good. We're sitting at 68 in Joplin right now, 66 in Pittsburgh, and around the region, temperatures have been holding out in the mid to upper 60s. Miami now the warm spot at 70. It was Stockton earlier at 71. You've come down to 69, so Miami has stolen that warm spot crown. Otherwise, again, mid-upper 60s for the majority of us out there this morning. We'll eventually be into the upper 60s by 9, mid-70s by noon, and really for most of us, that's where we're going to level out with our highs, is right around the mid-70s with those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. And some of you might get a little more sunshine than others, so you might be a little warmer. Others may be locked in with a few more clouds than others, maybe a little cooler, but on average about mid-70s for our highs today. Southeast winds 5 to 10. We do have additional storm chances tomorrow, not as many as today. We are tracking the potential for some stronger storms by Wednesday evening. We'll go over those details with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the 120th Old Settlers Picnic took place over the weekend and continues this Labor Day in Uniontown, Kansas. Events began with the Old Settlers Street Dance and will continue throughout the Labor Day weekend. One event kicked off with the Kids Fishing Derby and the Uniontown High School Pond.
It brings back memories of me fishing here at this derby and winning rewards and coming over here, getting first place or just getting a trophy. I mean, and the weather out here is absolutely perfect, but it's just mostly the memories and how it all is out here today.
The events continue today with food and craft vendors, a baby contest, and of course the Old Settlers Day Parade. On Walnut Days, the annual Labor Day celebration for the town of Walnut, Kansas, took place over the weekend. All the festival staples were at the celebration, including a bounce house and a car show. A parade went through town, and folks had the chance to participate in a horseshoe and cornhole tournament.
I have family that's spread all over the area, so they all make an appearance here at Walnut Days to support me and the committee, and also to support our small town. This is where I grew up. I've been coming to Walnut Days my entire life, and so just to be on the other side of it and get to be the one putting it on is a really cool thing to happen.
The festivities ended with a street dance, and the 60th Labor Day Classic hit its final day at Mocan Dragway. More than 200 racers battled it out in 6 different categories, including 3 kids categories. Racers could win money if they made it in the top 3 of the brackets, or at least that's how things would have shaken out. But events were canceled due to the rain. There is no word on if and when the races will be made up.
If you got a problem with your car, you need something, you just go right next door to your buddies or even people you don't know. They're glad to help. It's like a big family out here. It's my other family.
You can stay up to date by following the Mocan Dragway Facebook page. And tires met the pavement in Pittsburgh for a car show to help a good cause over the weekend. The car show was hosted by the Law Enforcement Torch Run. All proceeds from the event benefit Special Olympics Kansas.
You come out and help raise money for Special Olympics and to give just to be out here. It's amazing to see how our community can just come out here and help out another brand.
The Law Enforcement Torch Run has raised more than $1 billion for Special Olympics across the country since 1981. And that's a look at, The end of an era for a legendary duo, festival debuts, and a horror classic reborn. Nick Zajovic has your eye on entertainment.
Nearly 2 decades after his first foray into the franchise, director Christoph Gans is returning with Return to Silent Hill. The story follows James, who receives a mysterious letter from his lost love, Mary, bringing him back to Silent Hill.
You don't know what kind of hell you have to face.
Return to Silent Hill is set to hit theaters sometime in 2026. John Oates of Hall & Oates is coming out with a new solo album simply titled Oates. The project marks a fresh chapter for the pop icon who says the legendary run of Hall & Oates has officially come to a close.
No, that's Daryl and I have agreed to amicably separate our business interests, and we are now just pursuing our individual artistic destinies, whatever that might be.
Oates is available on all major streaming platforms.
This is the house where I live.
And dark comedy The Souffleur, starring William Dafoe, premiered at the Venice Film Festival over the weekend. It follows a longtime manager of Vienna's iconic Intercontinental Hotel, whose life spirals into absurd paranoia after learning the property is being sold to a developer. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Nick Zajovic, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A federal court pushes back against President Trump's tariffs, calling some of them illegal. How he responded, that's coming up. Plus, how you could become a billionaire. What your chances of hitting the big jackpot are. We'll have the latest. Time now, 6:39. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Much rather, President Trump's so-called reciprocal tariffs remain in place for now after a federal court ruled on Friday that many of them are illegal. In its decision, the court said the president exceeded his powers under federal economic emergency laws, though the ruling will not take effect until mid-October to allow time for an appeal to the Supreme Court. The Trump administration has vowed to appeal. The president rallied against the ruling on social media over the weekend, writing that without tariffs, quote, our country would be completely destroyed. The Powerball jackpot has crossed the $1 billion threshold for tonight's drawing after no one matched 6 winning numbers Saturday. That's the 5th largest prize in the game's history. The jackpot has a cash value of close to $500 million. And horror flick Weapons topped the Labor Day weekend box office in its 4th weekend in theaters, earning more than $10 million domestically. The 50th anniversary release of Jaws took the number 2 spot with more than $8 million, and period crime flick Caught Stealing rounded out the top 3, taking in $7.8 million in its debut weekend. And that's a look at Consumer Watch. Let's take it over to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got a live look from downtown Pittsburgh, where you can see we've got the cloudy skies, some isolated showers and storms continuing to build across the area. We'll talk more about our thunderstorm chances today, and we've got some storm chances continuing into Wednesday evening that we need to discuss. All of that plus birthdays and anniversaries right after this. We'll be right back. Time now is 6:43. All right, welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Time now for some Monday birthdays, and we're starting in Oswego with Joseph P. celebrating. Birthday number 9 says, happy birthday, love Mom, Dad, Becca, and Harvey.
And in Erie, a happy 13th birthday to Daniel Nally.
And we've got Braylon Rutherford in Iola celebrating birthday number 14 today. Happy birthday.
And a happy 18th birthday to Connor Profit in Pittsburgh.
Also in Pittsburgh, Emily Bollinger celebrating birthday number 28 today. Happy birthday, Emily.
And a happy 35th birthday to Barrett Norfleece in Carl Junction. It says, family loves you and wishes you a happy dove hunting.
And in Galena, Sherry Wilkins celebrating birthday number 64. Happy birthday.
And in Columbus, a happy 89th birthday to Donna Hollern.
And in Joplin, Dan and Shirley Turpin celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary today. A very happy anniversary to the Turpins.
And a happy birthday to Heidi Lloyd in Columbus. It says happy birthday from family and friends.
And our list continues with Crew Monty in Hepler celebrating birthday number 5. Happy birthday.
And a happy 64th anniversary in Crestline to Lloyd and Vera Helwig. It says happy anniversary from friends and family.
And heading back to Hepler, we've got Colby Monty celebrating a birthday today as well. A very happy birthday and anniversary to everyone, of course, on our list. And if you would like to celebrate with us, there's something easy you can do information for you as well. We're taking a look at virtually the entire 4 states, and you can see scattered showers continuing across a good portion of the area, stretching from Omaha back down east of Oklahoma City, almost to the Rio Grande down there. So we've got, that is not right. I'm so sorry. It's very early in the morning, and I had to make the coffee this morning. It was very bad, and I apologize to everybody here for it. So we got thunderstorms, though, up into north central Kansas, and I'm going to show you because you can see where the lightning strikes are showing up. We do not have any lightning strikes showing up with the activity in our area, but again, Skywatch Storm Tracker also only picks up on cloud-to-ground lightning, not cloud-to-cloud. So if you're hearing some thunder in some locations, that would be why we're not seeing it on here. Some light showers now moving into the Burlington area around Garnett, northwest of Yates Center, back into Iola. Northwest of Fort Scott, we got some heavier showers just exiting Chinook, going through Erie now, also exiting Parsons. Girard, Pittsburgh, got some showers. Another one south of Fredonia. We've got more showers, some heavier showers back west of Oswego. You're getting ready to get some heavier rain there. Columbus, same. As all this activity pushes to the east. Back down into southern Cherokee County and Ottawa County, some showers out there as well, eventually pushing back into Joplin, so rain back on the way. We got some just south of Seneca, south of Indigo Sky there, into parts of Newton and Ottawa County as well. Barry County, Cassville, you've been dealing with some scattered showers just about all morning long. Got some light showers around Grand Lake and seeing some heavier showers may eventually build into some thunderstorms here just outside of Washington County, west of Copen, and then we've got some around Lenapaw as well into Newata County. All right, so here's what we've got. Scattered showers against some thunderstorms trying to pick up. We're seeing a bit more lightning with the activity up to our north, and eventually we'll get some actual thunderstorm activity in our area. Now, we're not expecting anything strong or severe. I do want to emphasize that. However, if you're doing anything for Labor Day, if you're outside at any point for Labor Day today, you do want to remember when thunder roars, head indoors. Again, while we're not expecting severe weather, that doesn't dial down the intensity of the lightning. It's still dangerous, still deadly, so you just want to make sure you're taking precautions if you get caught up under a thunderstorm. These will continue through the majority of the day with scattered showers, thunderstorms across the region. Now, as we go later into the evening, about 8, 9 o'clock, you can see we still have thunderstorms, but they're considerably more isolated, and they'll really remain that way most of the overnight hours. We'll have some different opportunities for isolated storms. They may briefly become scattered, and the difference between isolated and scattered is what you just saw. What we're seeing on the Skywatch Storm Tracker now, what you're seeing here, this is scattered. Isolated was earlier around 9 o'clock on the future track where it showed, maybe 2 or 3 showers or storms. So it'll be scattered briefly in the early morning tomorrow, and then we go back to isolated. We've got a low pressure system bringing these showers and storms for us. It will track off to the east-northeast and will leave us with just isolated shower chances after that. Now, as we go into Wednesday, the majority of our Wednesday is not bad. We're going to be mostly clear to partly cloudy. It will be warmer as well. Temperatures climbing in the low to mid 80s. We spend the majority of the day dry. However, We have an approaching cold front by Wednesday evening. That's going to bring us more thunderstorm chances. Now, there's some disagreements on the data exactly how the storms will play out, whether we'll have individual storms or if we'll have a line of storms or a combination of the two. We're looking at isolated storms or scattered storms initially by themselves, but as this cold front sweeps into the area late Wednesday, we could get an actual line of storms. And in each case, we do have the chance for some strong to low-grade severe storms at this point. So that's why we do have that level 1 out of 5 risk on Wednesday. Any stronger storms we see, we're talking maybe some large hail, possibly some damaging wind gusts. We'll keep a close eye on this, and as we get closer and get new updates, we will certainly let you know. We'll have another look at your forecast and your wake-up recap in just a moment. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to take a look at what businesses are open for the Labor Day holiday.
This is your Wake Up Recap for September 1st. The top stories to start your day. $1.1 billion is up for grabs in tonight's Powerball drawing. The 5th largest prize in game history draws long lines as players buy multiple tickets. The drawing happens at 10:59 Eastern Time, and for just $2, you could become the next billionaire. A tire failure causes a church school bus to overturn in Missouri, injuring 8 children. The Olive T Baptist church bus left the roadway after blowing front and rear passenger side tires. Investigators are looking into the crash. And a local nonprofit needs your help to help change lives. The STS Foundation matches host families with foreign exchange students, and they're looking for more families to open their homes. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And we've, of course, got scattered showers and storms out there this morning. They will continue through the afternoon with our highs right about the mid-70s. Southeast winds 5 to 10. So isolated to scattered showers, thunderstorms for the evening and overnight as well. Calm winds tonight, back into the upper 50s and low 60s. Isolated storms tomorrow, a little bit warmer. Not as many of us getting rain on our Tuesday. Wednesday, we stay dry. We are warm through the majority of the day, low to mid-80s. And then after about 6 o'clock or so Wednesday evening, cold front approaches. Showers, thunderstorms begin picking back up. Some of those, again, could be strong to low-grade severe with some hail and gusty winds as the primary concern. So, of course, we'll keep you updated as we get closer.
And coming up today at noon, we're making fresh, chunky salsa in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
As your morning news continues on KOM with CBS Mornings, the FAA expects this Labor Day to be the busiest travel day in 15 years. Karen Hua is live at Houston's George Bush International Airport with the travel rush.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues this morning. Lori Horton continues showing us her recipe for a delicious sweet and salty peanut butter pie.
Plus, the history behind a 40-year tradition in Crawford County. However, it's going to wrap things up for us for now. Be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.